Hi there, welcome to another episode of Rebel Labs TV. With me again, joining me is Rolf Landua, who is a research physicist at CERN. Rolf, hi again.
Hi there.
So, CERN is it's not a young place, it's been around for around 60 years?
Right, founded in 1954 as, first of all, a European enterprise. It was founded because Europe needed a place where the nations could put all their money together and build a big infrastructure for particle physics, or for exploring, at that time, nuclear physics, as it was called, which is now particle physics. And since that is a costly enterprise, we built CERN, and since then CERN has discovered many things. In the 1980s, for example, the origin of radioactivity in form of the W's and Z bosons, which brought us the Nobel Prize. And now, since then, we have built many different accelerators, and the biggest one is just behind me, the Large Hadron Collider, which took the last 20 years to develop, design, and build, basically. Now, you have to understand that CERN is an infrastructure. That means we are responsible for building the most powerful accelerators. And then we help the scientific community of the entire world nowadays to do experiments using these accelerators. For example, we have right now 11,000 scientists from more than 100 different countries coming to work at CERN, and they have built, over the last 10 years or so, huge detectors, which are now working, and they have found the famous Higgs boson, for example, and we hope they make a lot of more discoveries in the next 10 years or so. And then, of course, who are these scientists? Well, most of them are really young people, because they are doing either their PhD in particle physics, or they have just finished their PhD and are now doing their postdoc period and so. So we have an age curve which peaks at 26 years old and then decays slowly up to 85 years, because once you are a physicist and you work in this field, you don't want to stop. So it's very difficult to get rid of them. They are always welcome.
Well, I guess it's a physicist's dream when they finish university to work at CERN, right? This is
absolutely. It's a kind of a mecca for high energy physics here, and many people are coming and want to come and so on. So we are growing all the time. It's true.
Right.
Right now we are at 11,000 or so.
So as a highlight kind of timeline of CERN, what are the real main milestones that have occurred at CERN?
Well, it started slowly with small accelerators, which were just competing with the accelerators existing in the US and in Russia, at that time in the early 60s, and then slowly built up to bigger and bigger discoveries which were made in the 70s and the 80s. In the 70s there was a lot of discovery made with the help of neutrinos, which neutrinos are kind of the little brothers of electrons, but they're really important to understand. And we discovered in the 80s the origin of, as I said, radioactivity, the W and the Z bosons. And in the 90s, with the predecessor of the LHC, the so-called LEP collider, we tested all different aspects of this very famous model of particle physics, which is called the standard model. We tested almost every single aspect of this model to see if it's true or not, and turned out to be perfect in every single sense, which is, of course, nice for physics in some sense, but it's a little desperate for researchers who want to find the origin, because you can easier find the origin of something if there is something which does not work in your theory. But for the time being, it works very well.
Awesome. And going forward, what do you see as the areas of focus that CERN's looking at these days?
Well, I mean, it is an exploration here. The LHC is a discovery machine. So we hope that we discover things either which we predict they should exist, or things which we haven't even thought about. And of course, it's much more exciting to be shown that everything you thought is wrong. So and that's what everybody hopes for. So we are trying to find in these collisions traces of new particles, of new dimensions of space, of new interactions, which we simply don't know that they exist, or we maybe suspect it, but we are not sure. So anything new in this machine will be really great news, you know. Of course, we believe that we might find the origin of dark matter, which fills, after all, about 25% of our universe in terms of energy. And we would like to know what is the reason for dark matter. And maybe we can produce particles which represent this dark matter here in our accelerator. Or we can find some traces of what is this dark energy, the hidden universe, dark energy, which blows up our universe faster and faster, and we don't know what it's due to, you know. But anything new would be really exciting. So we are a little bit in the situation of Columbus, you know, which went west and tried to find India, but he wasn't quite sure what he would find. And indeed, he found something completely different. He didn't realize it at the beginning, you know, but we are in the same situation. So we are going into the unknown, and this machine will help us to find, hopefully, very new things.
Awesome. Well, once again, Rolf, it's been very enlightening talking to you. Thanks for spending some time talking to us. Here's how you can enter our draw to win a trip to CERN. Step 1, visit jrebel.com/win. Step 2, enter your details and click register to download your free JRebel trial. You must be a Java developer to enter. JRebel provides instant reload of your Java classes, resources, and Java Web Framework artifacts. You can go from your IDE to your runtime and view your changes instantly without needing to redeploy your application or restart your application server.